Biafra wants to go, Biafra wants to go. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Have 5 of your states in this country. Lead by example. Leave those shops of yours, leave those buildings of yours, go back to your state and start developing it, if you are serious. Develop your state, develop your political system. Stand today and get people in the House of Representatives who would hear your voice and see if every Nigerian will not let you go. What benefit are you to us? You only leech on us in this country. We from the northern Nigeria can boldly say we have gained something from the southwestern part of Nigeria and the south-south. We collectively, Dangote today is established in northern middle belt of this country in Kogi State, and it's also established in Lagos. That is mutual benefit. When it comes to political movement, we from the north unite. Even when Tinubu's people did not vote him, the northerners vote until Tinubu could find himself in power today. We allow the people from the north, from the south, to come to our state and invest freely. We allow them for growth. Of course, we do have conflicts once in a while, but the facts and the statistics of reality is here. Come and see them all over our places. Doing fine, doing well, establishing themselves, houses, schools, and all that. People from the southwest. We provide food. We provide food. We are the leaders in terms of agriculture in this nation. We provide food and we take it to the west. And the south, majority of the food that's consumed in this nation comes from north. I want to ask a question. What is you people's benefit? What is it about you that if you go today we're going to miss? What is it about you we're going to miss? Is it your importation business that involves so much exploitation? Is that what a Hausa man cannot do or a Yoruba man cannot do? I want to ask you a question. Do you have oil? You don't. It is the South and the Niger Delta area that have oil. And they don't even give us headache like the way you do. They cooperate with us. They do everything with us. What is you people's problem? What you talk about because your resources. What resources do you have? You'll be leeching off of everyone. If the Yorubas are talking, if the Niger Deltas are talking, yes, we can hear, but not you guys. What do you have to offer to Nigeria that we cannot offer ourselves? Okay, let's say we feed this country, yes, because of our flat lands, because of our agricultural prowess. You decide, okay, we'll stop feeding, we are going to feed the rest of the country. Can you do that? Can you, for example, do what the Yorubas are doing? Can you give us what the Yorubas are giving us? What are you giving us except what destroys our economy, which is importation? What are you giving us? So what's actually your pride? What is it? Because you have not found somebody who tells you the truth. What is your pride in this country? What is your pride? The fact that you leech off other people? The fact that we allow you to buy lands in our areas? Allow you to establish businesses that you grow out of it? And yet you're even too afraid to go back to your states. And yet you keep making noise every single day. If you are proud of who you are, start making your move now. Start making your move now. It's not about just disturbing everybody with noise and making fun up and down the place. See, it's about to go down. It's getting more serious every day. It's getting more serious every day. If you think you're going to creep up into the division of this country, we've gotten to know who you guys truly are. We're going to deal with it. We might not be able to deal with America fully, but you see those ones at home, you are an assignment we have put in our front.
Hello Nigerians. My attention has been drawn on a young Hausa Muslim lady. I don't know her name, and I think she is so excited about Nigerian history, and I'm not going to condemn her because she's too young for the information she's giving out. So it's obvious that she was brainwashed, she was lied to. So I'm here to address her and then give her the real history. A young woman like her should be throwing that pass. But since she has some informations, false informations, I'm here to educate her. Now, she specifically said Igbos are troublesome, Igbos are the ones trying to divide Nigeria and the rest of it. Now, my young lady, it was Igbos that work for the unity of Nigeria. In fact, Igbos played a strong part in the amalgamation. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe spearheaded it. Even the Yorubas, Awolowo did not just like it. Hausas did not. It took Zik a lot of time to convince the Hausas on this Nigerian nation. And then for those of you who are saying Igbos are domineering, Igbos are greedy, Zik ceded the prime minister to Tafawa Balewa and accepted to be just a ceremonial president. So it shows the quality of Igbos. The rebellious one was Awolowo, who contested for the Senate and did not win. So he became rebellious from then on. Now, what actually caused the war, my young lady, is Awolowo that caused that war, because he was so restless when he couldn't win the Senate, and when there was an election in the southwestern region, I think Zik won and he rebelled. Do you know that Awolowo was the first person to go to prison for treason in this country, not an Igbo man? It was a Yoruba man, the first person to go to prison for treason, and he was in that treason and coerced his own people to carry out coup so that he can come out. And some young Yoruba soldiers convinced Igbo soldiers, and of course, in their way and manner, they deceived Chukwuma Nzogu to lead that coup, for which he did, and then that coup was actually to release Awolowo from prison and make him president so that you can have peace. But eventually it was foiled. And now who foiled the coup? Two Igbo men, Ojukwu and Agui Ironsi. Now, if they are so desperate, Agui Ironsi would have supported the coup and become president, and possibly kill all the northern high officers. So for you to know, my young lady, you are not well informed, and that is why they refuse to teach you history in school, and that is why I'm not angry with you, because you are not informed, because they have built this country on propaganda and lies, and they have fed Hausa youths and Yoruba youths with propaganda and lies that cause the resentment over a tribe, the most peaceful, a tribe that has held this country together, if you ask me. Okay, now after the coup was failed and Agui Ironsi took over, some northern young militaries also did a counter coup and killed Agui Ironsi, and over how many Igbo generals, Igbo soldiers, these informations were killed. The only person we hear they kill is Agui Ironsi. We didn't get to hear the remaining soldiers of Igbo extraction that were killed. These things were buried. Now, after killing Agui Ironsi, which Gowon also helped to plan, you can see, so he took over government, and as if that was not enough, they went on rampage on the streets to kill innocent southeasterners and midwest. Now, when we talk about Igbo, I hope the rest of Nigerians understand who the Igbos are. The Igbos then, from Nigerian own perception, is the southeast and midwest. These are people that were termed Igbo, so, and they were the people that were killed during that genocide. And now we are beginning with what is going on now. We are beginning to know that that genocide wasn't actually genocide. It was actually a continuation of jihad, because that killing ought not to have happened. And now let me educate you that during that genocide, do you know, my young lady, that pregnant women's stomach were ripped off? They can't even kill the pregnant woman and let the unborn child die peacefully. They rip off the stomach of pregnant women and kill the unborn child and kill the mother. The woman, the pregnant woman, will be alive. They will use knife. She'll be looking at them. They will use knife and open her stomach, bring out the unborn child. So the woman will see her unborn child, see her intestines, and then they will kill the child before the mother, and then kill the mother. These are the things that were done in your land. They won't tell you this. Do you know that during the genocide, the Islamic extremists will gag the eyes of Igbos out, people out, and give it to them to chew? That happened in this your country. Then after chewing it, they will still kill them. Some of them, their ears were cut off and they were given to them to chew. And after chewing it, and they will be killed. So, do you know that over 30,000 Igbos were killed in the north? 30,000 Igbos, when I mean Igbos, both Midwest and the Southeast were killed. And corpses were transported to the Southeast region with trucks load. And you believe that people that will witness this will still want to be together with you. Put yourself in their shoes.
I bring to you a message of truth and freedom, for it is only the truth that can set us free from the bondages of war and propaganda, which we confuse as history. My name is Colonel Emmanuel Mwara Mwobosi. I am 80 years old. It is time to be bold. I am too old to lie. I am not afraid to die. It is time to tell you why we had to try. I am the last of the original coup plotters of January 15, 1966 with Major Chukwuma Nzogu. I knew Nzogu well. We went to school together. We trained together. We trained at Sandhurst Military Academy, UK. We lived together. Nzogu was our first head of military intelligence and uncovered terrible plans to wreak havoc across the country. We organized a group of progressive military officers to carry out a coup on 15 January 1966 to stop a jihad and bring sanity to Nigeria, steeped in nepotism, corruption, and mass murders. The government of Tafawa Balewa, controlled by the premier of northern Nigeria, Ahmadu Bello, were using us in the army to repress the Middle Belt and Western Nigeria. Houses and cars were burnt. Thousands were killed. There were 9 of us that planned the January 15th revolution. Majors Nzogu, Anuforo, Ifajuna, Ademoyega, Chukwuka, Okafor, Onwachogbu, and Obienu, and myself. However, 4 of us started it. Major Ifajuna and Major Ademoyega in the south, and Major Nzogu and myself in the north. We then united as a single revolution. I am the last of the 4 original revolutionaries. None published the complete truth. Only me, Colonel Emmanuel Mobusi, is alive today to tell the final truth, so that the lies will not triumph forever. They used us to repress the Middle Belt and the Yorubas. When we saw genocide, we began to disobey orders and swore to stop them. For instance, Major Chris Anoforo refused to release mass murderers caught with weapons and was court-martialed. He was replaced by Major Hassan Katsina, a northern Muslim willing to act. I was in Abeokuta, but refused to repress Yorubas. Instead, I opened our barracks as a safe place for them to run to. They told many lies about the January 15 boys to justify their genocide. But it is those of us that planned the revolution that they should have killed, not the 3 million innocent Biafrans that knew nothing. For years, I kept quiet, blaming myself and wondering whether at 27 I was too radical, that my actions led to the death of millions. Today, the same evil in 1966 is being unleashed. As I watch, my sense of guilt has vanished, because we were not the evil. We were trying to stop the evil. That evil is radical Islamism. I have decided to speak out and warn the world of the impending disaster if we do not stop it. Each time radical Muslims plan a jihad in their religious mission to conquer the world, they will fail. But in the attempt, thousands and even millions will die. That happened to us in Biafra. At this point, let me differentiate between peaceful, law-abiding Muslims and radical Muslims who want to kill others, to force their religion on them. The problem is that wherever peaceful Muslims are, there are some radical Muslims amongst them. That is why they began a jihad in 1966. That is why we had to stop it. That is why they killed millions of our people. That is why we declared Biafra. Because we are a peaceful people, and oil and water can never mix. My story is a warning to Nigerians. For years, I was prevented from speaking the truth by exile, prison, harassment, poverty, surveillance, and death threats held over many of the actors like Ojukwu, Zik, Awolowo, Ibiam, and the January 15 boys that survived. But as I watch today, many of the events